and welcome to How's Your Heart podcast with myself, igama lam nguLindo Kuhle. It's Lindo for short. Thank you so much for joining me to yet another episode. Boo, 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 boo. Episode 3. Let's go.
Yes.
I've got my friend here today, a special guest. My friendo, my sister, I don't want to say my everything.
Hey, please.
Because
The
Susanna, the
pressure.
pressure. Anyway, I have. Do you want to say your full names?
Yes, you have Amanda, Kanyisa, Elisa, Obana. But I go by Amanda. So.
That's the whole name in the ID.
Yeah,
That's
literally.
the whole name. Yeah, you're the first person that I know that actually says their whole full name that's in their ID. Why is that?
Because all of them are important.
Come
I was
on.
named by different people. So Kanyisa, my grandmother named me Kanyisa, which is my first name as it appears on my ID.
Mm-hmm.
Amanda was my mom, and then Elisa was my aunt. So I feel like each name has a different part of me. And
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I love all my names. And then when I was starting school, my mom was like, okay, just choose randomly. Just choose what do you want to go by. And then I randomly chose Amanda. And then
Amanda
it
is
stuck.
not the first.
No. Amanda's my second
Wow.
name as it appears on my ID. So it's always weird. You know when you go on events and then they take the name as it appears on your ID.
Yeah.
And then my name tag would have Kanisa.
I'll
And
be
people
like,
are like,
"Who
hi,
is
Kanisa. I'm
Kanyisa?"
like, who that? I don't know her. But then I'm like, oh, it's me. But yeah.
Oh, thank you for joining me. What does Kanyisa mean?
Kanisa means to brighten, enlighten, make bright, basically.
Okay.
And it's more, yeah, it's kind of like a command that step into it and make it brighter, make someone's
things
day
bright
better,
as
make
you
things
are. It's
yes.
you.
And
Can you sing the place?
those who know me know I love red lipstick, so I would always be like on red lipstick and like big smile. So yeah, that's what it means.
That's Kanyisa.
Yeah.
Amanda.
And then Amanda means lovable or the most worthy of love. And it's a Latin name that basically means that. The Xhosa translation would be Tandeka, which is just like you're worthy of love.
Yes,
You are beloved. So yeah, it's like a love type name.
Wow. Does Elisa have
Elisa, Elisa
any
doesn't have
meaning?
a meaning. My
I
aunt
feel
has
like it's
just
a
been
Bible name, but I don't know who's
Bible.
Elisa.
I, my sister.
Elisa.
No, never.
It sounds Bible-ish.
No, I feel like Eliza. I've heard Eliza. I've tried Googling it, but I couldn't really find anything conclusive. But that was long ago. But from the person who named me, I asked her, I was like, what does Elisa mean? She was like, I don't know. It just sounded nice. Okay, ma'am. I guess it's a nice sounding name.
I don't know if I told you, but I was supposed to be Nompumelelo.
You, I, that's it. Hi.
Umpumi wenu, guys. But yeah, that was supposed to be my name.
Yeah.
And yeah, and then it happened to be Lindo Kuhle. A lot of Lindo Kuhles are Zulus.
Yeah.
So people sometimes mistake me and think that I'm Zulu, but
Yeah.
I'm not. What's the girls right here?
Yeah.
Okay, we have a topic today, but we are going to start with how is your heart? How's your heart, friend? Right now, presently, in this moment, how is your heart?
Yeah, I always find this question so deep. I don't know. I always just feel like I have to dig deep to answer. But yeah, how's my heart? My heart is good. I feel content. I feel very happy, grateful. I feel like I feel worth it. Like I'm worth it. This moment is worth it. I should be here. I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be. I'm doing exactly what I'm supposed to do with the people I'm supposed to do it with. So my heart is full of like gratitude and just being thankful, counting my blessings, counting the miracles.
Just a bit louder.
counting the miracles
Yeah.
of God in my life. So yeah, that's how I feel.
In this present
Content.
moment.
Yeah,
Mm.
content and
Mm.
grateful.
Wow. That's such a great feeling to have. Because I feel like most of the time you feel depleted
Yeah.
and you kind of feel like you are trying in your own strength, and everyone is just tired. They don't want to adult. They don't want to face the next day. But that is a very good place to be
Yeah.
at. Contentment and what you say, and
Gratitude.
gratitude. That's
Mm.
so good. And how would you say in your season in your life right now, this phase that you are at, would you say what you are feeling currently is like a representation of how of where your life is at this stage?
Yeah, I think when it comes to seasons, it fluctuates. So you've got your good days, you've got your highs, you've got your lows. There are days where I wake up like today, woke
Mm,
up grateful, everything. I'm like, oh my God, I'm blessed. I'm exactly where
yeah,
I'm supposed to be. And then there's times where I just feel like I'm in that period of transition, and there's a bit of friction that comes with that, and it kind of takes away from the gratitude because I'm just like,
yeah,
oh, it's a bit stressful, it's a bit different, uncomfortable, and then
mm,
that can bring a lot of stress. So I've had in this season days where I wake up really stressed, really worried about what's next, if I'm
yeah,
doing the right thing, if I'm doing things correctly. But it doesn't take away from the contentment. I think more than anything, just sitting in that I'm where I'm supposed to be
wow, yeah,
helps. So even when like the storms come and the difficulties come, I'm like, on the grander scheme of things, I'm where I'm
mm,
supposed to be.
mm,
But I won't make it sound like every day is like
yeah,
that. Like the days where I'm really stressed, especially when it comes to work, when it comes to finances, I
mm,
feel the period of transition just requires a bit of you know,
yeah,
calculating and reflecting
mm,
and being honest with myself that, okay, maybe I messed up there. I need
yeah,
to fix that. Or, okay, I think I'm messing up. And then it turns out, oh, you're actually not messing up. So
mm,
it's just like
mm.
a mixture, really.
I love that everything that happens, the storms that come, they don't take away from what you feel like you are where you are supposed to be.
Yeah.
Because I genuinely feel that when we are in purpose or in our assignment, everything else can come and try and knock you down or try and cause a storm, but you are anchored.
Yeah.
You are anchored. If you're anchored in the storm, then even if you're scared or there's fear, but you know that
Mm-hmm.
your anchor's holding. So
Yep.
that's good. I think
Yeah.
let's end it there on how's your heart, and the topic for today. The topic for today is building friendships in your adulthood.
Yeah.
Young adults or late 20s, but building friendships, starting those friendships in your adulting life. How is that? And we are going to share our experience when we started being friends, um, how how that has evolved over the time that we've been friends together, and how we are experiencing life
Mm-hmm.
as I don't know if we're young adults
We are.
anymore, but
We
as
are, please. We are. Hi, we
that
are.
you're fighting for that
We
place.
are.
Young adults, how are you navigating friendships,
Your
new
friendships are
friendships,
difficult.
maintaining ones as well?
It's a very difficult journey. I think um at different phases of life, the opportunity avails itself for you to make friends naturally.
Mm,
So in high school, you all go to school
yeah.
together. In varsity, you all go to like the same course, doing the same course. When you're doing your training, you all start as the same cohort of graduates, and there's always like sort of like a natural
Mm,
progression into friendship because oh we
mm,
all started together or we all doing things together, and then you get to this point where you're now building a career.
Yep.
And you are starting, different jobs at different parts of that. So you could be the only new starter in that job, or you could be the first person to move to that city, to move to that country. And I think that's where the difficulty is. That now you have to be very intentional and open about friendships, like putting yourself out there. There's actually work that comes with it. So just in general, I would say my first thing is that it's difficult. I'm finding it quite difficult, but also very rewarding where it does go right. Like I feel like there's just it doesn't stop, you don't get to a point, well, at least for me, I feel like you don't get to a point where you're like, hey, I've made all my friends, now I'm not open to any new friends, it's fine. I feel like every day there's an opportunity to meet someone new, to make a new connection, and it's possible, it's just difficult.
Yeah.
So starting friendships, I think it comes back to the whole being intentional about it.
Yeah.
And putting yourself out there. There's a bit of
Oh, that term.
vulnerability.
Put yourself
you
out
hate
there.
that.
I hate that term. I don't know what it is, but I just don't like that phrase.
Why?
Okay. I don't know. I just feel like when it has a kind of a different connotation than the actual meaning. Like putting myself out there, it seems like I have to be different and do different things that I wouldn't ordinarily do as myself. I don't know. Maybe
No,
I just have a
don't-
different understanding
Yeah,
of
I
it.
don't think so. It's just being more open and showing yourself to people, like showing parts of yourself to people that they wouldn't, to new people that wouldn't ordinarily know that side of you. So it's more like networking. You're just putting yourself out there so that people can have get glimpses of you, so that they can get to know you. I think it's just, yeah, being more open, that if you're in a space where there's a group, you're not just like closing yourself off.
Let me
and
ask
not
you
talking.
something. Are you putting yourself out there?
That's what I'm saying. It's difficult. I'm trying to. So, like, I am at different stages. I feel like I am in different scenarios. I am, and then in different scenarios I'm not. Right? So, but it's a thing that I feel you actively need to do.
Yeah.
So it could be church, it could be work events, it could be just social events.
Okay, let's talk about us.
Yep.
How we met. How did we meet? We've been friends for months, not
Yeah.
even years, just a few months.
Yeah.
Probably maybe
Over a
just
year,
over 15 months.
though. Yeah.
It's not been that long. So
Yeah.
the reason why I wanted to talk about making friendships in your adult life and making friends in a new city or whatever new setting that you find yourself in is because of how we have grown to be friends. And I think I just wanted to share that.
Yeah.
So the crazy parts and not so crazy parts
Yeah.
of building friendships and maintaining those friendships. So where do we meet?
We met on WhatsApp. we met
On
on
a
a WhatsApp group. WhatsApp group, friend.
Yeah.
So we were both applying to move abroad from South Africa to the UK, and then we had applied for the same company, and then we were all like new hires from abroad were like put into this WhatsApp group, or you'd get a link to join a WhatsApp group, and then we would all like be there, different countries, basically all Africans who were coming to join the company in the
And
UK.
other people from India as well.
Oh yeah. Basically, if you're coming from abroad, joining the company in the UK, we're all part of this WhatsApp group. And so I remember I shot my shot, right?
Slid in the DMs.
I remember going through the group because it's such a big group, and sometimes you've got specific questions. So there were themes that would come up that everyone has kind of like a similar question. And then I had like questions that were specific to me that I just felt I didn't want to ask in the
in
big
the
group.
bigger group.
So I just went through the list of people in the group, and I was just looking for black people's names. And then I was just, some people don't have names, like, okay, this person sounds black. And then I just select them, and then you were part of that, another guy as well from Zim. And then I think there was a third person as well. And then I then shot my shot in your DMs. Was like, guys, I've got specific questions. So and also another thing is that we're not all going to the same region, same office. We're just all just coming to the UK. And so I had assumed that everyone was going to the same office as me, but people were just not. I wasn't finding a lot of people were going to the same office as me. So yeah, that's how we met originally.
Yeah. I remember speaking to you. I was in a taxi going somewhere, and we are just chatting away, like, and I was ready. I'm saying to this girl, Mina, I'm going. Whatever happens, we were waiting for our results at the time.
I remember that conversation.
Like, I'm going to the UK. One thing, I'm going to the UK. Whether I pass or fail, it will find me there. And she was still like, yo, I'm not sure if it doesn't work out, maybe I'm gonna write again.
Yeah.
And I just wanted to leave.
Our exam was such a mess. So I was so convinced that I had failed, right? And then they had given us that option to rewrite in March. So I remember just telling my recruiter that I'll be rewriting in March. So whatever happens, give me an April date because I know I'll be rewriting. Like, I was so negative about it. It's actually bad, like, to think about it. Like, I was literally prophesying doom that
just naivety from my side.
girl, it's faith. I feel like what you speak over your life, and I think you mentioned it in your last video as well, like, faith is practiced. Like, you obey immediately. Like, as soon as the word, God speaks the word, you obey. God speaks the word, you obey. And you don't delay that. Because, like, God was speaking to me as well, but I was like, yo, God, I've seen this not working out before. Like, I've seen failure before, you know? So
yeah, I remember the first time I kind of opened to you. That was before we met.
Yeah.
It was before we met. And it was about dating in the UK.
Yeah.
Dating in the UK. So I had started, I went into the apps. Some girls told me about this app, a dating app called Hinge. And I decided to join Hinge. And things were happening.
Was I already this side?
Yes,
in the UK?
you were this side. Things were happening, but I didn't have anyone to tell, what's going on. And and I remember I was thinking, oh my gosh, people are so judgy about going on dating sites and stuff. So I don't remember what was what I was struggling with specifically, but I remember opening up to you and being like, girl, the streets are cold.
The streets. The UK streets.
The UK streets are cold. And that's how, like, it really started. Because for me, like, just opening up to someone about whatever challenge I'm going through, I definitely consider you as a friend. Yeah. When was it for you?
I think when we met in person for the first time. Yeah, because that day I remember vividly. Because I came over to London and then we met for the first time. But I just remember it being a natural transition. Like, there was no awkwardness. It was just like, oh, hi, we're in London. Let's go around and just like see a lot. And we had so much fun and we're just vibing. The energy was good. We were just like, we hit it off like immediately.
It was so good.
So that was good. That's the day I remember. I remember we had conversations before, but that's when it like really solidified for me that,
this is the crazy
girl.
I want.
What?
You were like, this is the crazy.
Yeah, definitely. I was like, you see here,
crazy.
And I missed speaking Xhosa. I was like, I'm just speaking Xhosa the whole time. It was so good, so good, and we did so much that day. We did like so much. So.
On the first day,
on the first day when I came.
Yeah, and I guess in building friendships, there's the honeymoon phase, which
No,
is what we've
ewe.
spoken about. Everything is rosy. You are chatting on WhatsApp and all of that. When does the difficult conversations come?
And you met a storm. Things are fine and fine and fine, and then there's a storm. Then it
Yes,
tests your friendship.
when do you feel
I
like
feel like
we're tested?
we have two different ones.
Yeah.
But yeah, for me it was when it was when we had a misunderstanding, but it kind of happened in front of people. So we had a bit of like a misunderstanding.
A bit of a tiff.
Yes, the English, that one. And then I was like, like, I don't know. I feel like for me, the thing about me also is I'm a cancel culture person. Like, if something happens, I'm like, yo, we haven't even been friends for that long. Cancel, which is toxic. So I was like, yo, if I was you and then I did this to me, I would cancel you. So, but I'm like, but Nana, I'm not you. So let me go apologize. So I remember just writing you a long text and calling you like, I'm so sorry.
That was after I said, hey.
That was after you said, yeah, you called me out.
I said, hey, I didn't like this.
Yes, you called me out. And then I was like, yo, is she canceling me? And I was like, okay, let me up. And then I recognized that I was wrong in that situation.
Yeah.
But I explained myself as to where I was coming from. And then we spoke about it and then we were fine.
I think it's important. I think for growth, it's important to say, hey, I'm not happy about this. I didn't like what you said, or and I know people just kind of like brush things off, but if you really want to invest in that relationship, especially friendship, because friendship breakups are very
painful.
They're painful.
Yeah.
So I like addressing people and saying, hey, I don't like this. And if you don't take it well, then I would think that you will say. But then if you don't, then I guess that's where the friendship ends. Because there's one thing, right, that I always think to myself, if I don't address it with you, I'm definitely going to find someone where I'm going to be like, can you believe Amanda did this? She made me feel like this. And they will add fire. So rather, let me just talk to you. It's not even about confronting people. Just go to the person, hey, I don't like this, so that going forward, you have that open communication. But yeah, you were ready to be like,
yeah, I think the timing of it as well, because you don't let it simmer. You addressed it there and then, like you didn't, of which sometimes what you're talking about can happen in between. So I could not address it to you immediately, go to someone else, get a second opinion. By the time I get back to you, I am addressing it, but the fire has been fueled. So I think it helps that you're very direct and you don't wait, which I think I struggle a bit with that because I'll be just taken aback and be like, let me get a second opinion. Maybe I'm overreacting. And then sometimes the second opinion gives me bad advice or good advice, and it's just can go either way. So I just remember as, so sorry. Oh my God. Dimarong.
For me, I wasn't like, like just angry or anything. It was just like, let's just talk about this and then move on. Because I never want to come to someone and then I'm pretending. That's one thing I can't do. Anyway, greatest memory that you have?
No, when was your fight with me?
Do I have one, Kanan? I had the difficult conversation, like opening up. That was,
so it's the same one
for me. Yeah, then? It's the same one. Yeah, it's the same one. Okay. Where that happened.
Yeah.
I think also recently we were quite challenged when we went away.
Yeah. When I go see,
you remember when I hugged you at the...
What happened? I don't even remember. We were fighting
that time. We were not fighting, but I kind of felt like, okay, maybe Lindo, like, really honestly, like, just chill. and sometimes I think I'm very sensitive. So
Yeah.
I will, like, when I know that, okay, I probably would have felt some way,
Yeah.
or I'm just convicted about something. I'll be
Yeah.
like, you know what? I'm sorry. And then you're like, what?
I was so
You're
happy.
like, what?
I was
Why?
like, I just saw the hug. I'm like, even me, I'm happy we are here, and I was very happy.
Yeah. I think it's important to also just, like, reflect on your actions as well before someone calls you out as well, because you don't know how the other person is receiving it. And if you are convicted, then just apologize,
for your
whether,
sake.
yeah, for your sake. Crazy moments.
Your eyes, Hannah. We have a lot of crazy moments. That's one thing for sure. We have a lot of crazy moments. But still, my favorite one is the one where we were on the train, on the tube. That first day we met. So we were on the tube, right? And then we're busy talking,
In
and
class.
yes, we're busy talking, busy speaking in Xhosa, and we spoke about when we were coming, when we were joining our company, and then we got a loan, and then we'll talk about what we did with that loan. Remember? And then you asked me what I did with my money. Yeah, I died. Yo, that was the funniest thing. Like, I remember afterwards, we were laughing so much. And then Linda was like, "Your friend, we are those people, like, on the train. Like, look at us." But yo, it was so funny that whenever, like, I think of our crazy days, like, I think of that day. Like, we laughed so
we
much.
have so much fun together. I think for me, there's a lot. There's a lot. I think for me, it's just when we break out in song.
Yeah.
Whether it's in London or Greece, wherever I will break out in song, and it just brings memories of back home. And yeah, it's been good. 15 months of just growth, and we had our difficult time.
Yeah.
Where we were leaning on each other so much.
Yep.
And I feel like we've kind of went through all the stages.
Yeah.
Where we needed someone there.
Yeah.
And if it wasn't for her, I don't know. I honestly don't know what I would have done in this London.
Yo.
Where you just need sanity.
Yeah.
Not even practical things where you need help, but even with that, practical things where you need help, where we are so intentional about being there for each other.
Yeah.
And we know that it's important because of where we find ourselves in London, and that period of just continuously in prayer.
Yo.
And like crying.
Yo.
And being like, okay, let's go back.
The answer to this one is prayer.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Crying and feeling like, okay, we really don't know what to do from this point. And I feel like God made way for us to be together so that we would support each other in that time of a period of endurance.
Yo. Period of endurance.
Yeah.
Dark times. Like, being abroad is not easy. It's not easy, and it can get very lonely. And even if it's not lonely, like, the people back home, the support structure back home can only do so much.
Yeah.
Sometimes you need someone to be here
with you.
Because even £50 at home and £50 in the UK, it's not the same. So, like, you just need someone who's also here and who gets it, and again, practically someone who can help. I think more than anything, it helps that we're both Christians. I think we also help each other grow in the faith, in prayer, in just seeking God. And sometimes you need someone who's gonna lead you to God, especially when you're feeling so helpless and so stressed and worried about life. Like, I would find our conversations, even if we don't have a solution right there and then, the prayer, we just pray. For me, at this point, it's just pray about it. And I feel lighter and I feel better, and God shows up. Like, God has shown up so much in the time that we've known each other. So, yeah, that's been really, really good and reassuring.
I think what I said also is that God will bring people that you need in your life in that season. He will bring people, and I think as much fun as we've gone through difficult things in the past 14, 15 months that we've known each other, and that I think that's the thing with choosing friends, right? You choose the people that you want to be there for them when something happens, or you can be there. You can be there for them, and they can also be there for you.
Yeah.
And that's important because, well, it might not be something that you find as important, but a friendship must help you. It
Yeah.
must help you grow in
Yeah.
whatever sense it is. But I find that now at this age, yes, it's fun to have people where you hang out and have fun, but there must be depth. There must be something that keeps us
Substance.
together. Whether it's, I can just call up this person and ask this person about this specific question, and then they'll probably have an answer. But I think as you grow older, I mean, you don't really just want people to go out with. You want people that are going to help you grow, whether it's in your career, it's in your faith, it's in finances, it's any area in your life that's going to help you grow. And also to not be selfish, you do the same for them as well. Yeah.
Yeah, I think we spoke about it last year sometimes. It's like having your own board of directors,
Yeah.
and not everyone is going to be everything. Some people are really, really good for you. You need spiritual advice, spiritual guidance. Some people are really good for career advice. Some people are really good socially.
Yeah.
Some people are really good financially. So everyone, like, not every friendship has to be everything at once. And I love that, like, we are able to have that, because especially when we come to the UK, we all kind of do the same thing, same career. You meet the same people all the time, but as you grow, you learn to differentiate and compartmentalize specific people for specific times. And then yeah, like, it's been really helpful to just know that, okay, this person, like, I can talk to them about this, and then they can also link me up, because sometimes you link me up with people that I'm not necessarily friends with, but by me connecting with them, they help in that sphere of my
Yeah.
life. So yeah, I think it's important. Sometimes we put so much weight on one person and expect them to be everything, and it's okay. Like,
Yeah.
it's really okay. I just think it shouldn't be miscommunicated, in the
Yeah.
sense that, which I saw when I was going through a really difficult time, that, oh, these people are just here for good times. Like, when I'm going through the most, like,
Yeah.
they're not really the people to ask, because I'm not that for them either. So yeah, I think it helps to know what friend is for what. You know your financial director, you know your marketing, you
Yeah.
know your PR team type of thing. So yeah.
And be able to say it's okay, because what I found moving here is that you meet a lot of people, you connect with a lot of people, and you find yourself, because you want to meet a lot of people, so you almost go to everything, and you want to be friends with everyone, or you just want to stay connected to those people. It's okay, my dear, to just be like, this person's not for me, I am not for them. It's okay. Like,
Bye-bye.
recognize that I don't have to be part of that circle, or they don't have to be part of my circle of directors. It's okay. Even friends that you've had for a long time, it's okay to let them go, because they say people are there for a season, or for to teach you a lesson, or for a lifetime. So just recognize when those people were for a certain season. If they were there to just make sure that you are comfortable in that whatever new space
Yeah.
that you find in, whether it's a new job. When you start a new job, you kind of know everyone, but it's okay to be like, nah, I'm not gonna go to those drinks.
Yep.
I'm just not, because they're not my type of people. So yeah, what's the one thing that you would say, you would suggest to someone that's struggling to make friends or to make connections in their late 20s?
I think being honest about it, I've found speaking up about it, like when I'm struggling, that I want to make friends, but I am struggling to make friends. I think that's the first step, like acknowledging that you are struggling or you want to make friends. Um, and that's and communicating that to the circles that you're in, which I've found very helpful since moving here, because when people hear that, then they connect you to the people that they know. And like, people are willing, people are open, but if they don't know, then they can't really help you. So I think first I'd say acknowledge where you are, and that you do, the intention that you do want to make friendships. And then secondly, communicate that in your circles with the people around you. And
I want.
it's okay. So, and maybe join meetup groups.
Yeah.
Maybe join like meetup groups. I think there's a lot of like apps and social media groups that can help you connect with people. Um and you also like bring people together. I think being abroad has made me more open to like bringing people together. I think back home I was very relaxed, like just sticking to my people, my friends. But now here, you can like organize things and invite people, and you make long-term connections. So
Yeah. That's
yeah.
that's so good. I think we've spoken about being intentional in your friendship, making friends,
Mhm.
and bring yourself, your whole self, to the friendship.
Mhm.
And what else?
Communicating
Yeah,
that. Mm.
communicate, and be willing to to let go and embrace what is for you. Anything else you want to say? I feel like we've gone in.
We've gone in. I have gone
We've gone
in.
in. It's been amazing to be part of your life and see you grow. I think I said to you, like, like, just seeing your faith. And I know you always say, oh, you like, you have so much faith. But I think what I've seen over the couple of months, the faith that you have, where things fall apart and you're like, actually, I'm just gonna keep going. That's something that I really respect you for. And yeah,
Yeah.
it's been good, and I'm hopeful for what's to come.
Yeah.
And I think, even if, touch wood, touch there, touch.
Okay.
Even if anything like would happen between us, I'll still hold this part of my life as a great memory because
Mm.
of the fruit that has grown.
Yeah.
And your support means everything to
Yeah.
me.
High fire. High fire. Sarah go touch
Nothing's
wood.
gonna
High
happen.
fire. Touch wood. Fire. Yeah. No. Thank you, friend. Like I share the same sentiments. I
Mm,
think, yeah, spiritually, you really helped me grow, and just seeing your love for God and your hunger for
mm,
God has been very refreshing to see,
yeah.
especially like in this climate, in this environment. And yeah, like your your doing personality, like you
Mm,
don't just say things. If you say something, like, you're gonna do it, and
mm,
you're very forward focused, like
yeah.
vision boards, vision, like, and actually acting on that, which
Mm.
I really love and respect as well. So yeah, thanks for inviting me. Hope I'll come back.
Definitely
Yeah.
coming back. Thank you so much for joining us. This has been yet another incredible episode, sharing our hearts and opening up our hearts, which is what this podcast is for. So thank you. And
No, before we go, how's
okay,
your heart?
okay.
I didn't ask you at the start.
This is gonna be brief. How's my heart? I am right now. I am feeling good.
Yeah.
I'm feeling good. I'm about to do something exciting.
Oh, really?
Remember when I said I
Yesterday,
wanted to talk to you.
when you texted
Yeah.
me yesterday. Hi, K. Hi, K. Hi, K. Hi,
So
K.
I'm feeling good,
Yeah.
and I think as well, like this week has been really good at work. I was able to just be productive, and I'm so like I'm filled with so much gratitude for the people that have been just supporting me and just speaking into my life about how this is something that they've been seeing me do, whether it's and not just having a platform, but just my life, the way my life is and how I carry myself and what I speak about. And yeah, it's been so good to hear those affirmations and being validated, especially by my family, which are the first people that really get to know
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
for you. So for them to really affirm that, and support that, and posting it for their church friends, Stockville friends, I'm
Amen.
like, yeah, it's been good. I think I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good.
I feel
I'm feeling
good.
good.
Ta-da-da-da-da-da-da. Da-dee-da-da-da.
Okay, so thank you so much. Thank you so much, friend, for joining me. And I hope you ask just one thing to yourself or those around you. How is your heart? And really be honest in answering that. Thank you. We'll see you in the next one. Bye. Don't forget to share, like, and subscribe. See you on the next one.